Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! So I was out on a jog trying to stay in shape earlier this afternoon, and I didn't run into Jason, so I haven't ran into any bad luck. We still have 6 hours to go before Friday the 13th ends, and I'm looking forward to having yet another conversation about Descendants and Zombies and all the stars that you guys have obviously saw something special in, because these conversations are conversations I look forward to each and every night, because you guys have obviously saw something special on this YouTube channel and all my funny stories that are very unpredictable, because you never seem to know what I'm about to talk about next or what I'm ever going to say. And I never know what I'm about to say every single time I push record. I think that's what makes this channel so unpredictable and so fun for thousands of people who love this channel with all their heart. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time, because I love having these conversations about quality control. I love giving praise to people like Ruby Rose Turner, because I've obviously seen something special in them from their days on Coop and Cammy Ask the World and Gabby Dern and the Unsittables. These may have been shows that may have ended long before their time, but if you actually gave the stars of these shows, such as Ruby and Kylie, a chance, you would have known they were going to be destined for greatness in terms of being the stars of such a powerful franchise such as Descendants and Zombies. Even High School Musical, the musical, the series, and Fuller House and Eden in Ruby's case. You know, it really broke my heart last year when Ruby made the announcement on social media. She took to social media and she said she was parting ways with the Descendants franchise after her time was very short-lived. I always believed that Ruby's story was anything but having been told and completed, and was far from having been told and completed. I always believed she had so much to offer to this franchise, and I've left that door more widely open than anybody ever has for Ruby to re-emerge in this franchise and have some involvement in present-day Wonderland, hopefully the Kingdom Cup games, but, you know, that remains to be seen. But despite Ruby parting ways with the franchise, like the times have changed, we too have to move on with the times as fans. And I know that is very difficult for a lot of people who have been fans of the original franchise. You guys probably hear that wind blowing in the background. This really fits the theme of Friday the 13th. I'm expecting anything to happen at any given moment. But I've lived here on this island for a very long time, and there are a lot of legendary ghost stories that are associated with this island. People going missing all the time when they go berry picking in the woods, going lost in the fog. So I've really loved living here, to be honest with you guys, because it really allows me to bring these videos to life perhaps more than anybody ever has. And I've loved sharing my stories with you guys that I've drawn inspiration from Descendants and Zombies to tell you guys. You know, the only hope that a content creator ever seems to have is that his videos will be well received by the niche that he's trying to appeal to. And I've had the honor of appealing to so many wonderful fans who have obviously drawn inspiration from the music of Quality Control, who have drawn inspiration from the acting of Freya Sky, who brought these characters to life for the first time ever in some of their movie premieres. I know that Freya Sky made her movie premiere in Zombies 4: Dawn of the Vampires, and she was so well received. People were so excited to share in these moments with her, and she likewise was so honored to share in these moments with all of you, because you were the ones who made these moments happen for people like Freya Sky. And I think we can continue to offer moments of encouragement to people like Freya Sky to allow them to keep on creating. Because having the chance to create, take it from a guy who's uploaded over 4,000 videos over the last at least 30 years. In 4,000 videos, I've loved having the chance to create, and having the honor to create in terms of being a superstar on Disney Channel, being one of these girls on Disney Channel, is the greatest honor they have ever had bestowed upon them, because it gives them the chance not only to show you what they're all about, but gives them the chance to get to know you for the fans that you are, because you guys are an incredibly supportive fandom who have never quit on Descendants and Zombies since day one. The very first day of Descendants and Zombies' premiere back on July 31st, 2015, over 6.5 million of you tuned in to watch Descendants, and on that night our lives changed forever, and really changed for the better, because we had a chance to share our story with the world. We never knew how our story was going to be well received or how people were going to respond to it, but we had the chance to share our story with the world, and millions of people who felt the same way we did, forever passionate about Descendants and Zombies. And that thought brought us that much closer together and made us the best of friends, made us even bigger fans and supporters of the superstars, the characters, and their individual stories. Because no matter who we can talk about in the next 20 minutes, we all have stories, and I think that because we all have stories, we want more than any other opportunity in the world to have our stories heard and seen by more people than ever before. That's all I've ever wanted to be a part of, and to have the chance to experience, to have the chance to have my story heard and seen by more people than ever before. I've always had this dream of never wanting to be forgotten and always leaving behind a legacy, and while I may be a long way away from ever happening for me, the thing is, I'm that much closer to leaving behind that legacy for how you guys have felt so passionate and been for forever supportive of these videos. So at least I have a slight chance of leaving behind a legacy and possibly being the greatest content creator of all time, if not everybody's favorite content creator when it comes to Descendants and Zombies, for how I've told these stories. Many years ago, I remember reading stories about mermaids and feeling like they were such beautiful creatures and so unpredictable, having so much to offer to our lives, because years ago, back in the 50s, you never heard stories about mermaids as much as what you do now or as often. So now Disney is bringing mermaids into the stories of Descendants and Zombies, and that's so beautiful, because I never imagined that we would get to a point, after having seen all these supernatural characters see their premiere in a franchise such as Zombies, where we would see mermaids offer so much unpredictable moments and create such beautiful storylines. There are also so many rumors about what's expected to happen in Zombies 5. Some people are predicting that all the supernatural forces we have previously seen in Zombies are going to have to band together, come together to face the greatest threat that Seabrook has ever faced, and that remains to be seen. While it remains to be seen, I think there's a chance we could see it happen, and we could see more beautiful storylines than ever before be told. And I think what we're really setting ourselves up for in Zombies 5 is the telling of a beautiful love story between Victor and Nova, because even though they have never kissed in the Zombies franchise, people want them to, and people want them to become a part of each other's lives so emphatically and have the story become far more beautiful than ever before, go deeper than any story has ever gone before. Because I think that when you talk about power couples like Zed and Addison and Victor and Nova, they have a chance of going down in history for being some of the greatest power couples of all time. You can compare these power couples to any power couple of the past, either Disney or non-Disney related, and always couples like Victor and Nova and Zed and Addison will always come out on top, and friendships like Kylie Cantrell's and Malia Baker's will forever be highlighted for how much it's meant to Descendants fans. I know we've read a lot of ridiculous rumors about how people have felt about Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's friendship or the relationship between Victor and Nova, but the thing is, guys, if you actually give it a chance and show it the respect that it's forever and always deserved, you will fall head over heels in love with how appreciative they are of each other and how they've been there for each other every step of the way. One thing I noticed through creating all this content were you guys were forever appreciative of how Victor and Nova were there for each other all the time, how they believed in each other more than anybody ever had, and they were so supportive of each other, just not on the set of Zombies and Descendants, but also off the set of Descendants and Zombies. There never was a moment where Malachi Burton was never calling for Ascot just to check on her and see how she was feeling about performing for Zombies or performing on the stage. They were forever supportive of each other. Milo Manheim did the same thing for Meg Donnelly during her Broadway debut, which she was really feeling the pressure of, and she just wanted to do her best. And I think that there are a lot of Descendants and Zombie stars who are never given enough credit or shown enough respect, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I created this YouTube channel, to show them the respect that they forever and always deserve, because no matter who we could talk about here on this show, everybody deserves a chance to be a part of something special. And I had the opportunity to be a part of just that, because I had the chance to become a part of the soundtracks of Descendants and Zombies. I feel like I've been walking through the forest of Oradon, been attending Oradon Prep and Merlin Academy for forever, and I've never left since. And I've had no regrets, because I always wanted to be a part of something special. And I always wanted to have the chance to have my story heard and seen by more people than ever before. I've often thought about writing a book. And I hope that people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Skar are presented with the opportunity to write either memoirs or books, because when their book is released, it will give us a greater perspective on who they are and everything they've had to endure. I just spoke on how I got back from a walk a while back, a jog, and the thing is, guys, they really inspire you to feel stronger about yourself. That's the thing about these stars. You feel stronger after having been a part of something so special, quite like Descendants and Zombies, and it becomes an honor for you to sit in front of your microphone every night and talk about these stars and how strong and how fearless, how really powerful they are, because I've drawn so much inspiration from them. I say this because I became a stronger person through meeting all of you. I became a stronger person through never regretting having shared my story with thousands of people who would go on to watch these videos and hear my voice telling you these stories. I told you these stories in hopes that these stories would make you more confident in a dream that you had about joining the cheerleading squad or the swim team or the football team or becoming a member of the wrestling team even, or joining a gym. Because no matter who we are, we all have a dream. No matter how crazy or how silly our dreams seem to be sometimes, when we really sit back and put it into perspective, the greatest feeling that we could ever have is sitting back and realizing our dream coming into fruition, realizing that it's really happening for us. One of my biggest dreams was either to be a pro wrestler or to be a content creator full-time on YouTube. And while this YouTube channel may have never been monetized, I think the incredible incredible reach of these stories and how they touch people's hearts has been so worth it in the end for me, because I had the chance not only to sit here and talk about Descendants and Zombies every night before the sun set. I had the chance of meeting each and every one of you and sharing with you these powerful stories that would forever resonate with you, because I think no matter who we are, we've all taken something special away from the stories of Descendants and Zombies and the valuable lessons, the life lessons that we saw in stories from Zed and Edison and Victor and Nova about how precious love actually is, and how you really have to find that right moment to fall in love with that one person that you can think about spending the rest of your life with. And I think that no matter who we are, we all have a chance of finding true love. It may take us a while, and some people find it before others ever do, but I think we're all created equal, and we all deserve a chance. And that's what we saw in the stories of Zed and Edison, especially Zed and Edison's story, because they were trying to achieve acceptance in a world that oftentimes was very difficult to achieve acceptance within. But when they finally did, they quickly realized the appreciation they had for each other, how they never quit on each other, and all they ever wanted to experience was a chance of spending the rest of their lives together. And they finally had the chance to do it by the conclusion of Zombies 4, and we witnessed that final kiss of the franchise. Guys, I got to be honest with you guys. As strong of a person as I am, I never wanted to say goodbye to Zed and Edison, because they meant so much to the Zombies franchise for at least over 7 years. Unquestionably and undeniably, for over 7 years, Zed and Edison held a very special place in all of our hearts and made us stronger together, made us stronger people, and made us feel more inspired than ever before, making us think that we could find a love in our own life that was just as powerful as Zed and Edison's, that one person that would never ever quit on us, always call us, that one person we could always tell everything to. And if we didn't find it in a romance, we found it in a friendship, because no matter who we are, we all have that one special friend who is forever dedicated to us, who has never quit on us, who has been there for us every step of the way. Every single time we call, they're always there to answer. And that's what's so special about life. And I think that people took a greater appreciation away for that, because no other franchises in Disney's past or present has been able to do that, has been able to exemplify that in the way that Descendants and Zombies did, really illustrate it. Because far more people have felt so passionate about Descendants and Zombies, from collecting Descendants and Zombies merch, the dolls that come with it, and there are even more dolls on the way to expand on the Descendants and Zombies universe, because there are far more characters yet to see their introductions into these franchises than we ever imagined possible, because there's an extensive library of characters who have yet to premiere in this franchise, and giving us so much more to believe in musically, because I think the score for Descendants 5 and the upcoming score for Zombies 5 is really going to offer us a lot. I know that Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was compared to Camp Rock or Hannah Montana's soundtracks of the past, but I think that the soundtrack for, say, Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because of songs like Place to Be and other contributions to that score, made it stand in a category of its own. And far more people appreciated it. I was always a diehard fan of Hannah Montana's music and what Hannah Montana represented. Also, Selena Gomez's Alex Russo on Wizards. Now she's the executive producer of the spin-off series focusing on Justin Russo and his family in Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. And by the way, guys, I really loved Freya Sky's contributions to Wizards Beyond Waverly Place as the character Piper, as an Oracle. I thought she offered a lot. She was very humorous. She was so fun, and she was so appreciative of these moments. She has forever been appreciative of each and every one of you, which is the profound reason why Freya Sky is where she is today and why she's so well received. This connection and her ability to connect with each and every one of you is truly mind-blowing to me, because no other Disney Channel star has ever been able to do it in terms of Disney Girls quite like Freya Sky has. She's an incredible performer. She's so lost in these moments, and she is forever appreciative of each and every one of you. And I think that's something special we can all learn from Freya Sky because of, and take away from every performance or every opportunity we have the chance to see her and really experiencing something special. You know, 20 years from now, we're going to be having these conversations about people like Kylie and Freya, and I'm still going to be sitting here praising them up at the age of 30 years old, because when they're 30 years old, you think about all the success they've seen now, they're going to be the next Taylor Swift that we're going to be having these conversations about. You know, far too many people give so much attention to people like Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and especially Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter has become really overrated. And I think the overrating of Sabrina Carpenter has truly taken away from Kylie Cantrell and all she has to offer. I think if we give her more of a chance, Kylie Cantrell is really going to morph into this really incredibly strong person and somebody who I couldn't feel more honored to be a part of and have these conversations about, because I think there are far more people out there who are fans of Kylie Control who just want to be a part of something special because of Kylie. And we have an upcoming album release from Kylie Control in 2026 sometime between now and the conclusion of this year. We'll see a new album drop from Kylie Control as a follow-up to her EP. And I remember how excited she was to drop this EP. Man, was she ever excited to drop this EP for each and every one of you. She's made us all stronger people, and we are stronger together. And I think that as we continue to feel strongly about Kylie Control, we can give her more incentive to keep on creating, because creation and putting character traits to characters is what this all comes down to. And I remember how appreciative she was of donning the character Red, because when she first became the character Red, she had never felt stronger. She embarked on her Power era, which is a really catchy title for this new era that Kylie Control is experiencing, but it's the metamorphosis of her being a childhood star into a more mature artist. And it's such a beautiful way of perceiving Kylie Control. This Power era is something that I really enjoy being a part of and something I can never seem to get enough of. Kylie Control, hands down, is one of the most beautiful Disney Channel stars I've ever had the chance to profile, and I think she's always deserved the chance to be a part of something special. And if I could be that one guy to give that to Kylie and give you guys so much encouragement to continue on being fans of Kylie Control. Now, I know there are people out there that don't really feel the same way about Kylie Control as I do, or millions others likewise do, but the thing is, if you actually get the chance to know who Kylie Control is as a person and give her a profound chance, you will have no regrets. Trust me. If you give Freya Sky a chance to get to know her for the person she is, you will also have no regrets. Really, this entire cast, if you give them a chance and an opportunity to shine through, because I've always believed that somewhere out there in that constellation, their chances of their stars shining within that constellation could never shine brighter than ever before. Again, it comes back to your guys' contributions and how much you believe in them and how much of a chance you've taken on things like this YouTube channel, which was a crazy idea for me to launch back in 2024, but it would go on to become everybody's favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, giving people far more inspiration than perhaps ever given credit to or alluded to. Like I just spoke on how I got back home from a jog a while ago, and I'm trying to stay in shape, trying to stay ahead of the game, and I think that you can draw inspiration from these stars in so many unique ways, for wanting to be an artist yourself or joining a gym yourself. There are so many people out there who have forever taken something special away from these stories of these stars and saw themselves through the eyes of these stars for far long enough now. And I think more opportunities should present yourself with the opportunity to make your dreams come true, because we only ever have so many moments in this lifetime to really make count, to really seize. And I think when we do, because we realize the value of time and just how precious it is, because we never seem to know how much time we have, we can really make the most of these opportunities. Some of Kylie Control's latest videos that's been uploaded to her social media accounts really demonstrates the power that she has really metamorphosized herself into coming into this Power era. And I am a profound believer in everything Kylie Control stands for and represents. And I want you guys to know, who may be fans of Kylie watching this video, I will forever have Kylie Control's back, and I will forever support her. Because if we can't say anything nice about Kylie Control, then we really shouldn't say anything at all. That was a very valuable piece of advice given to me by my mom, who was a school teacher for many years. She always believed you could never say anything nice at all. You should never say anything at all. Because I think if we're going to say anything about Kylie Control, we should at least go out of our way to say something nice and make more believers out of people than perhaps ever before. In the final few moments I have here this evening, I would like to say thank you guys so much for the over 120,000 channel views, nearly 125,000 channel views that have happened in this YouTube channel for the last couple of days. And thank you so much for over 3,520 plus subscribers that have happened here on this YouTube channel, having made it your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time on the second Friday the 13th of 2026. I think this is the final Friday the 13th of this calendar year. Hopefully I will survive it. I was just out on a jog and I never saw Jason, so we have a couple of hours left to go before the end of Friday the 13th, so hopefully I will have no bad luck and we will all have a wonderful Friday the 13th that we will never ever forget. Guys, thank you so much for having chosen to spend your Friday the 13th with this guy who had a story to share with the world that he never ever thought would have such an incredible reach and go on to touch the hearts of thousands of people who love Descendants of Zombies just as much as what he does. All I've ever wanted to do was be a part of something special and have a slight chance, even if it was the slightest chance, of leaving behind a legacy and never ever being forgotten. And you guys have really helped me carve out that legacy. And no matter how long I live here on this earth, I will never be able to show how much appreciation I have for all these people who have come together and allowed me the honor of being a part of something just as special as what I imagined that I would ever have the chance of being a part of. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, really in history, because this is history we are all a part of, and we are truly setting ourselves up to be a part of something so special. I am so excited about the futures of Descendants of Zombies in this forthcoming summer, because the summer of 2026 is going to be huge. We're going to witness the premiere of Descendants 5 with Wonderland, Zombies 5 coming in 2027. So much for us to be excited about, and so much that we are all going to be a part of and have the chance to share in together. Again, guys, thank you so much for having allowed me the opportunity to have lent my voice to the soundtrack of Descendants of Zombies and truly being a part of something so special. And thank you so much for allowing me to have represented you as your voice of Descendants of Zombies. This has been such a profound honor, and one that will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart, one that I will never ever forget. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel on this Friday the 13th, and thank you so much for having watched this video and having spent your Friday the 13th with me. It's been a good one. Tomorrow morning we will pick up this conversation from right where we left it off, between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m., which is a conversation that I hope you can join me for. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and thank you so much for having watched this video.